Welcome to Fireside Story Time. Make yourself comfy, then we can start. Today's story is Clara's Crazy Curls by Helen Poole. Little Clara May was very, very small, but what was most extraordinary was her hair was really tall. She didn't need a pencil case, a school bag or lunchbox. Instead, she stored her gear in her big, strong, curly locks. But Clara often wished that her hair could reach the skies, the tallest hair in all the world, and maybe win a prize. One night in the bathroom, Clara spied a jar up high. The label read, "Big and beautiful hair, guaranteed in just one try." Clara reached and grabbed the jar without a second thought. But she didn't use a little dab. Instead, she used a lot. That night, while she was tucked in bed, Clara never knew that while she lay there sleeping, her hair grew and grew and grew. When Clara woke next morning, she was on the bottom stair. She'd been slowly and quietly pushed out of bed by her crazy curly hair. "Yippee!" she yelled. "It's worked! Hooray!" "Good grief!" her mother cried. "How on earth could hair grow so much?" "I don't know," Clara lied. Outside, the birds all snuggled in their brand new curly nest. Clara smiled and beamed with pride. Her curls were now the best. Her hair was extra useful now. She rescued cats from trees. She cleaned out gutters on each house. The neighbours were quite pleased. And way up high in outer space, aliens clapped and cheered. A planet made of tickly curls had suddenly appeared. Back on Earth came crowds and crowds. They couldn't help but stare. Clara was now famous. People loved her crazy hair. But in between, among the clouds, that's where trouble struck. Airplanes couldn't cross the curls. Hot air balloons got stuck. The problems grew at Clara's school. Her friends couldn't see at all, unless she sat at the very back alone against the wall. Even worse was the trip to the movies, where her curls filled up the room. Her friends couldn't see the movie, and Clara was filled with gloom. Clara walked home all flustered. She felt like a terrible friend. She wished her hair was no longer so tall. She wanted the fuss to end. "Mum, I'm sorry. I lied to you. I used all your fancy hair cream. I only wanted my curls to grow. That was my curly hair dream." "I'm glad you told the truth," said Mum, and she quickly grabbed the phone. "Don't worry, my dear. This is easily fixed. I'm calling Mrs. Malone." Mrs. Malone and her hair-cutting team went to work on that crazy hair. They snipped and they clipped and they chopped and they lopped, and it floated off into the air. Clara realised that having tall hair, the tallest hair in the world, wasn't as great as she dreamed it would be. She was happy with shorter curls. Her hair was still taller than average. She didn't feel gloomy or grim. She still used it to store all her school things and went every week for a trim. And often at night, Clara wondered, what happened to all of that hair? Was it out there up high, coiling and curling, still floating around in the air? Well, that was a crazy story, wasn't it, about Clara and her crazy curls? Imagine being able to store all your things in your hair. It's crazy. So we're doing a jigsaw puzzle using this lovely picture from the story with all the birds snuggled up in the curly hair. So we're doing our usual 12-piece puzzle. So that's 3 rows of 4 pieces. And as always, we start with corner pieces. because that helps us to find the shape of the puzzle. So a corner piece has two straight edges. And here's our first one. There we are, down in the bottom left. So 3 more to find. That's another one. So that's the top left. So we're looking for pieces with 2 straight edges making the corner. There we are. Bottom right. So 1 more. There we are. Now, looking for pieces with just 1 straight edge now to make up the rest of the shape of the puzzle. So that's one for the bottom. Some lovely birds on there. That's it, pop it in. And another one. That's for the bottom. That's the end of an arm, isn't it? That's Clara's arm. And a stripy jumper. And right, one for the right hand side. That's Clara's face. Very happy about her hair. And another one with a straight edge. That's for the left hand side. Don't those birds look happy? What a lovely snuggly nest. Okay, up the top. Move that one across, I think. Yes, that's it. And one more for the top. There we are. And then 2 more for the middle. To finish off the picture. There we are. That's it. Snip it in. And the last one. There. Lovely. And our second puzzle is using another picture from the book, the one where the aliens are all cheering and clapping because they've got a new planet. It's a lovely picture, isn't it? Very colourful. And what we've done is made it a spot the difference. So we've changed some of the colours. You have to look carefully because it's a very busy picture, isn't it? But we've changed little bits of colour in different places. So for instance, let's find the first one. So if you look at the purple alien is jumping with his leg in the air, you'll see we've changed his leg to white from the green that it was in the original picture. So that's the sort of thing we've done. We've just changed the colours of things. So if you look very carefully at both pictures, see if you can spot something else that we've changed. There's 10 of them all together. And there's another one. We've changed the nose from green to blue. Now, where else? There we are. That alien's tummy was pink and now it's yellow. Keep looking. Oh, there we are. That little hand was green and now it's blue. Now, keep looking. It's quite tricky, isn't it? What else have we done? Oh, now that planet was yellow in the top picture and now it's a sort of orange colour, isn't it? So that's another one that's changed. What's next? Oh, that little alien lying down with a big smile on his face was blue in the top picture. Now it's a pink. That's another difference. We're spotting lots of differences, aren't we? So, who's going to be next? That red planet Down in the bottom left corner, it's got a green circle in it. So that's another difference. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 3 more to find. There we are. That hand has changed from green to purple. So 2 more. Oh yes, I think the next one is going to be a foot. Can you see a foot that's a different colour? Yes, there it is. It's changed from purple to yellow. And there's 1 more. And I remember this one, it's an antennae. These are the bits sticking out the top of the aliens' heads. There's one that's changed colour. There we are, it's gone from green to blue. So, 10 differences that we've spotted. Well done. That was quite tricky, but we found them together, didn't we? And there's our smiley face to say well done. Good, well I hope you enjoyed that crazy story. A good way to support the author is to go and leave a review on Amazon. And if you enjoyed the puzzle, I made that using an app, and I'll leave the link in the description box. And I hope you enjoyed the Spot the Difference puzzle. We had fun putting that one together. And hopefully we'll see you again soon.